Okay, today's rant isn't really a rant. It's more of like a discussion about it. Oh, thanks, Todd. Okay, so I get online today, and of course, being the internet addict I am, I go and check my Facebook, and the first thing on there is "Rest in peace, Amanda Todd." And of course, I didn't know what this was or who she was, and I've never heard of her. So, of course, being the curious person I am, I click on the link, and it brings me to a page, and it says, "Rest in peace, Amanda Todd." And for those of you who don't know, Amanda was a girl that committed suicide because she was bullied. And I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail about her story because I just I just don't like talking about it. I've done this like 3 times, I think, and it never gets any easier to try to explain because you can't explain really why someone did this or why people did this to her to make her feel like she even had to do this when that she thought that was the only way out. But for those of you who don't know Amanda's story, um, pause my video and there will be a link in the down bar, and you just click it. Actually, there'll be 2 links. There'll be one about her video that she made telling her complete story, what happened, and then there'll be another one in the down bar linked to the Facebook page where you can go on and see who she was and like the whole. It'll give you another story, a whole brief story if you don't want to watch the whole video. But I don't see how anybody in their right mind, or even in an insane state of mind, would even be able to be that cruel and that horrendous to even be able to bully somebody. I mean, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, but how could you bully somebody so much to the point to where they think that they have to take their own life just to get out? I don't know, and they took it as a joke. Like, they still are making hate comments. People are still putting hate comments and still posting like inside jokes of what happened to her, but it's like a mean version of it. Like, she tried to drink bleach, so they made a bleach drinker club or something like that on Facebook, and it's just making fun of her. And it's like, why would you even do that? Like, I don't think they really understand how sick and twisted that is. But if they are, and they do understand, and they still get the enjoyment out of it, I really don't see what kind of person they are, other than an awful human being. Like, who could do that to anybody? And let alone even after that she had taken her own life, and yet they still sit there and make the hate comments and make fun of her for it and say, "Oh, I'm glad she's gone," and all that. Like, who? How could you even do that? Like, Amanda's story is just like everybody else's story, but she's just one that got she hers is a lot like it's I don't even know, like, I can't explain how heartbreaking and intense and terrible it is for somebody to even be able to do this to somebody else and not feel bad. Like, they beat her up, they made her drink, like, they didn't make her drink bleach, but they made her want to kill herself. And who who wouldn't feel bad for that? Like, who wouldn't, you who could even try to do that or sit there and say, "Oh, I hope she dies," or maybe you should try a different bleach, or like, who in their right mind could do that? It's just completely it like befuddles me on how someone can be so cruel and so, I don't even know. But I am here to say, if you feel like you can't talk to somebody, or if you don't have anybody you feel like that you can't talk to, or that you just need somebody to vent to, or to really, you know, try to get an understanding of what's going on and you don't really have anybody to, even if you don't know me or if you have no idea who I am, because you don't, but I'm Renee. But if you feel like you have to take your life to get out of something, before you do that or even think or have the process of thinking of that, talk to somebody. They have suicide hotlines, and and if you don't have anybody, or if you can't, like, if you don't want to open up to anybody, um, because nobody's there for you, or if that's how you feel, then I'm always here. Like, I'm a message away. I'll help anybody if I can, but you just have to make the step, which is a lot better to open up and to have somebody to, really vent to and really be able to get an understanding of things, as to if you were just gonna keep them all bottled up and just really take matters in your own hands. So always remember that, and remember that I love you guys, and if you are a victim of bullying, or if you are one bullying, you need to take a step back and realize what you're actually doing. Because it might be fun and games to you, but you're really hurting somebody else, and you don't really know what you're doing, or what the other person's perspective is of the whole matter. But if you are still doing it and you haven't thought about it at all, you really need to. Like, what if it was you? What if somebody was doing that to you? How would that make you feel? What would you want to do? And you should just stop. Like, it's completely pointless to make fun of and bully somebody else because they're different, or they do something that you don't like, or they or you don't agree with them on something. You It's just unacceptable. No, it shouldn't happen, and it really should stop. But of course, people are still going to do it, and these things are still going to happen, but you can help prevent them, and you need to. And if somebody ever comes to you and they seem like they're going through something, or that they show signs that they're going to commit or even harm themselves, you need to tell somebody. And if you don't want to tell anybody, because I understand why that would be kind of hard to tell somebody, tell them, the person that it's happening to, tell them that you're there for them, or um, that things will get better, and they don't need to do anything without actually thinking about it and being rational, and that you're always there. And just hug them and give them love so they'll know. I think I've ranted enough, but it's not really a rant. But like I said, there'll be a video, the video's link. It'll be in the down bar, and Amanda's my train of thought just went away. And Amanda's Rest in Peace, Amanda Todd, that the Facebook page, it'll be in the down bar too. So if you don't know what I'm really talking about and you don't really understand, click those links and go read about it. And I mean, it's just hard to talk about, but okay. Bye. Dude, that was an ugly face.